When AI goes offline for 72 hours, the global economy does not just get slower. It starts exposing how much of modern business is already sitting on a layer people can barely see. No chatbots, no copilots, no automated support. And suddenly the system everyone thought was efficient has to prove it can still function without its invisible brain. This is not a science fiction collapse. It is a stress test, because the real question is not whether artificial intelligence is good or bad. The real question is what happens when entire workflows, customer service pipelines, logistics systems, coding teams, and financial operations have built themselves around AI being there every second. And if you want the kind of analysis that goes straight into the system behind the headline, stay with me because the first shock is not where most people expect it. In the first 6 hours, almost nobody notices the full damage right away. That is what makes this scenario so dangerous. At the surface, offices are still open, people are still answering emails, and managers still think the day is basically under control. But then the small things begin to pile up. A team that used to draft reports in minutes now spends an hour getting the wording right. By the end of day one, the outage stops feeling like inconvenience and starts feeling like a productivity tax. Logistics is one of the first places where the pain becomes visible. Route optimization weakens. Inventory forecasts become less precise. Exception handling gets messy. A delayed shipment that would normally be rerouted instantly now has to be solved by people who are already buried under alerts and manual checks. In software teams, the drop is just as brutal. If this already sounds bigger than a tech outage, that is because it is. The companies and countries most exposed are not always the biggest ones, and that is where the story gets interesting. The most exposed companies are not simply the largest ones. They are the ones that optimize the hardest. Lean staffing, fast adoption, outsourced support, and heavy automation all look brilliant when the system works. But in an outage, those advantages can flip into weakness. If your business removed layers of human redundancy because AI made them seem unnecessary, then the outage hits harder. Countries face the same problem. The second-order effects are where this scenario becomes truly uncomfortable. When AI disappears, companies do not just lose speed. They lose confidence in the way they design their own operations. Suddenly, the teams that cut human roles too aggressively have to bring some of them back, even temporarily, just to keep the lights on. That raises costs overnight. Decision-making also slows down in places where timing is money. Pricing changes take longer. Procurement gets delayed. This is why I keep saying the most important question is not how fast AI can grow. It is how long the world can function when it suddenly cannot access it. After 72 hours, the real lesson is finally impossible to ignore. The danger is not that AI fails once. The danger is that many organizations have no tested plan for what happens if it fails at the wrong moment. That means the winners after an outage are not necessarily the most advanced companies. They are the ones that kept human workflows alive, preserved manual procedures, and treated resilience as a strategy instead of an afterthought. That is the uncomfortable conclusion here. So if a major AI outage hit the global economy for 72 hours, the first victims would not be the companies that hate AI. The first victims would be the ones that trusted it so completely they forgot to build around it. Offices would slow, logistics would stumble, support desks would overflow, coding teams would lose acceleration, financial systems would become less agile. If you want more videos that break down the hidden dependencies behind technology, money, and power, subscribe to the channel, follow it, like this video, and leave a comment with the next scenario you want me to test. Because the next big disruption will probably not announce itself as a disaster. It will look like a system that simply stopped responding when the world needed it most.